In this video, I told the story of how I dated a person with a foot fetish, a Trump supporter, and someone who is neither of those things. And I told the story live at twitch.tv/maybe an artist. So, yeah, if you want to catch these stories live, there it is. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more and enjoy the video.
And it's good because I'm slightly delirious because I was up till 3 a.m. watching Star Wars. And then you can say how I accidentally hooked you up with V briefly.
Yeah. True. Basically, it all starts off when I was 13 and using Kick.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. I don't actually remember how I met this guy, but I do remember he was like 17 or something. So, we're already in yikesy territory, alright? I remember actually very little about the specifics, but I remember that he would give me a lot of compliments at a time where I was receiving very little positive feedback because my school was shit. So basically, he romanced me by telling me I was a decent human being and kinda cute. Which I was 13, obviously I was cute. This is my first, time having, a partner. So, obviously I told my best friend, and she made fun of me. Neither of us really got why it was a problem, though. Nothing, sexual or anything, just calling me cute. So I was like, nice. I am not a goblin. So sick. I'm not ugly and unlovable.
Dude, thanks for thinking that I'm not. Thanks for thinking I'm cute, dude. You fucking perv.
I remember very vividly once changing after trampoline club and sending a picture of me in sweatpants that I still own to this day. And he said I was cute, and it made me very happy. I don't know how to do this.
Never taught internet safety as a child.
I was not. We know that internet safety.
I wasn't either, but even I knew not to do that.
Oh no. Yeah, well, I'm an idiot. But this guy I thought was great and lovely, and I didn't see the problem between 13-year-old and 17-year-old romance. Maybe we should start teaching that in school. I think also, though, at that time, I was very much, trying to process the fact that no one liked me.
Oh my god.
Basically, eventually, I think it was, after the time he called me cute, after, trampoline, that we got together. And at the time, it felt very cute and wholesome. Looking back, I wish it hadn't happened. But basically we were together for about a week where it was going well. I told my best friend all about it. She knew all about it. And then a week before my 14th birthday, I believe, he just stopped talking to me altogether. By the way, this is the guy with the foot fetish. Forgot to mention that. This is the 17-year-old with a foot fetish who's dating a 13-year-old. Big can of worms. And then I confronted him about it, and then he finally responded to me, and we broke up, and I was crushed. So how did I cope with this, you may ask? Well,
did you get another boyfriend?
Not immediately. I spent the next 4 months or so, writing letters I'd never send to him. His name became my diary entry.
Oh god.
Yeah, no shame. I was 13. You can't hold that against me.
I can try.
You can try. I started writing letters for 4 months until I met the next guy, the Trumpet. This Trumpet's name is Hunter. I have no shame in name dropping him. He deserves to fucking learn or die.
Hunter is a very typical name. I guess it's saying you don't have to worry about anyone hunting him down.
I'm gonna fucking hunt him down, hello? I met him on this one creative Minecraft server, and I was building an RP, you know, the typical high school RP, and basically he offered to help, so I teleported him to my plot because I was advertising like help wanted and stuff. And then like I don't remember how much time we spent building together, but I remember him saying to me before we'd even talked that he thought I was cute. We hadn't been talking on Skype for any amount of time. He didn't know what I looked like. He was basically basing this off how nice I was in chat and my skin on Minecraft.
And your skin in real life.
Yes.
Later on.
Yes. Actually, I don't know if he ever saw me before we started dating, which is another, like...
Hunter, if you're watching this, you better sleep with one eye open.
Yeah, bitch! And then, so first he called me cute, and, like, at this point, I'm, like, I was already sitting there being like, really now? Huh. Interesting. I was already kind of cautious, alright? Even though I was like...
You were like, listen, last time this happened, turns out motherfucker had a foot fetish. So like, we're doing a background check now.
Yeah, we're doing background checks now. But basically, he then asked for my Skype, and I didn't have an excuse not to give it to him, so I did. Because this was at a point where I hadn't yet learned I could just say no. This was...
You hadn't learned the very simple act of this very simple thing in the English lexicon that could be...
I think the main takeaway here is, like, when I was 13 to 14, I hadn't learned self-respect and boundaries and how to, like, take care of myself properly because I was so starved for love and attention. And anyone who is signed female at birth, you probably have some trauma there.
And confirm.
But, yeah, basically he got my Skype, and then for a week straight, he kept pestering me, asking for a call, and I was like, I don't trust you, but I'm also lonely as hell and don't know how to say no. So eventually I grew tired of him fucking pestering me all the time, so I went, fine. And so we got on a call, and he was annoying, but I put up with him. Because it was like, there were no, like, in our conversations, there were no, like, huge red flags that would set even a 14-year-old off. It was just kind of like, yeah. Oh.
It's like, yeah, he's kind of a dick, but so is every other guy at your age.
Yeah, true. And so, basically... we became friends, and then we started RPing in, like, a Skype group. I don't know how that, or it was Skype. We like, started, RPing with, like, you know, in Skype groups and stuff. And then he asked me out via one of these RP sessions. I said yeah, 'cause at this point, he had basically fooled me into thinking I liked him. That's the takeaway here. And, like, just liking him as, like, a friend. Basically, we got together, and literally nothing changed. For, like, 6 months, things are going well. He's treating me fucking decently, which is the least I could ask for. And, then he stops talking to me as frequently. We went from talking... 3 times a week to once a month. And for another 6 months, this goes on with us just talking once a month. And in the calls that we did have monthly, he would play a completely different game from me and ignore basically whatever I told him. Basically, he fooled me into thinking I liked him, and then just ignored me and neglected me and was absolute shit. So then I go through like half a year of this bullshit, and then I decide, you know what, fuck you, and I grew suddenly and broke up with him a day before going to camp. And then I think at this point, the biggest takeaway is here, I never liked him, and I was already over him by the time we broke up. So when I go to camp a week later and crush on a different guy, it's no fucking surprise. And so basically, we remained friends for about a year, and then it was either 2016 or 17. So basically, Trump is already in office, right? Already got voted. We've got the whole Trump debacle. And I was talking to him, and like because he had his profile picture was like Trump for some reason, and it was like some joke in quotes. But I was like, I hope you're joking, and he was like, why should I be joking? And then we had a whole fight about how Trump is shit, and he just didn't understand it. And yeah, he didn't grasp the concept of why Trump was worse. And the end of summer is where I got introduced to V.
By me, baby.
Yeah. This is probably my favorite story of them all, because it's like,
because I'm involved.
Yeah. I did the fucking jump. Hold on. We all gotta pause.
Yes.
We gotta pause and fucking relish in this moment and not fall.
Can we get some pogs in chat for her making that jump, please? I'm not watching the stream because I'm stupid, but I'm gonna pretend that people are pogging real hard.
Alright. But yeah, moving on, we meet basically how this story starts off is I think it was Sam's server, but Sam was definitely on the server where just a bunch of friends are
basically I had made a server for my art blog. I was just like, hey, I made a server for like people who follow me and for friends and stuff. And V was the only follower who joined.
Basically, we're all in Sam's like Discord, and basically V and I had colored names. One of ours was red and the other blue, and at the time Voltron was still like a very big thing that was like cool. And
that was before everyone lost faith in anything related to it.
Yeah. But yeah, basically I DM'd V being like, hey, do you wanna like do clans because we have the names to match? So I realized how confusing that sounded. What I meant to say was our names were the colors of clans, red and blue. So I suggested we change our profile pictures to clans. And they were like, we hadn't talked prior to this, and they were just like, fuck yeah. So we did. And it was great, and then we started flirting with each other, and there was a point at which V had said, where I was complaining about the fact I was never gonna get a New Year's kiss, and then V said, I'd kiss you. Pause. Platonically, of course. And now I can be like, oh yeah, the people can totally platonically kiss, but it was definitely not platonic. No, that's how we perceived it. I think what happened was, right, we're both young queers who have no idea how emotions work because we're also neurodivergent, right? So we are platonically crushing on each other, but we perceive it as romantic attraction. Yeah, so we basically flirted with each other a lot because we had feelings, but we didn't know what kind, so we just assumed, oh, crush, it's romantic. So we got together eventually after like a week or two of each of us pining in Sam's DMs and various other friends. But basically we dated for about a month, and then I started to realize, yo, wait, I love V, but not like this dude. So we broke up, and then V originally had said we should stay some time apart because they needed some time to, like, get normal again, like, with a normal vibe and everything. And then, like, 2 days later, they text me, like, hey, I miss you. I miss talking to you. I miss being your friend. It was like, space who? I only know friend.